Hello everyone. Today we are here with Ice of the Arctic.
Hello.
Is there anything you would like to say before we get started?
Not that I can think of other than hi guys. It's nice to hear all of you, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, we have a lot of questions for you. So we'll get started with the narrator questions first.
Cool beans.
Do you have any plans for your channel?
Um, a little bit. I definitely have a few things I'd like to do, narrate some more, probably do a few audio kind of drama things. Pretty much that kind of stuff, and hopefully be a lot more active than I am now. I feel so bad when I can't post something as quickly as I can, because I love you guys and I love posting them and I love doing it, and it makes me sad when I can't.
How did you come up with your channel name?
um, I've always had this name for the longest time, and I just didn't really want to change it. I just decided, you know what, there's no point. I just might as well keep what I'm having going on right now.
How did your persona come to be?
Oh man, she went through a lot of changes. I kind of created her after reading that kind of warrior cat series thing, and she just evolved as I grew up. I think I kind of made her when I was 8, so she's old.
How has narrating changed you?
um, it's changed me a bit actually. I haven't been narrating for all that long, so I haven't really noticed too huge of changes, but I'm able to talk to people a bit more in public, and I'm definitely able to get my thoughts across and speak a bit more fluently and stuff like that. So that's nice. That's great.
How has narrating changed your life?
Sorry. It's changed my life by giving me something to look forward to and giving me something to do and just making me just a bit more confident, really.
Why did you start narrating?
I'd always heard narrators like MCP and Creepypasta Jr. and people like that, and I always absolutely loved the stories and how into it you can get when you hear it rather than just reading it. And I wanted to instill that into people. I wanted them to enjoy it just as much as I did as well. So I decided to give it a try.
What creepypasta do you want to narrate, but are having trouble doing so?
That one's actually kind of easy. I want to narrate a pasta that I had written myself called Lupus, but I just haven't had the chance to because I need a lot of voice actors for it. Well, yes and no. And I am incredibly lazy right now. I've just been so busy with college and stuff like that that I just haven't been able to do it.
What creepypasta has made an impact on your life?
I cannot remember the name of it. I read it when I was really young. I think I was 10, 11. And it was some pasta about mirrors and windows and doors. And ever since, I have been mortified of mirrors and windows and doors. When it is dark in my house, I will not go near any of it. I will stay firmly within my room and just sit there.
What creepypasta will you not narrate?
That's easy. And dare I even say the name because it still creeps me out. And I read it more recently and I still can't get over it. Rap Rat. I will never, 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 never narrate that. I will cry.
Well, that is it for narrator questions. The next set is to you as a writer.
Ooh, cool.
Which creepypasta do you wish you had been the one to write?
Um, that is a little hard. I think the one that I wish I could have written would be something like Eyeless Jack or Jeff the Killer would have been a good one. I probably would have definitely wanted to write that and change it a little bit, but um, yeah, I would have loved to have written that one. That one's a pretty good classic one.
Who are your favorite creepypasta writers?
Um, I have two right now, and one is Ivy Dark Rose, and the other one is E Shapeless, who is a really close friend of mine, and probably not very well known at all. She's only written one, but her pasta was really interesting to me, and it kind of creeped me out. I'm still bothered by it to this day.
Where do you get your inspiration?
um, Interestingly enough, it usually just comes to me. I'll be doing something like I'll be working with my animals or training a horse or listening to music or something, and I'll just suddenly get an idea for something. And it just pops in my head, and I'm like, oh, well, this could be something interesting to write about.
How has writing changed you and your life?
Writing has changed me and my life by making me a bit more literate, actually, and just allowing me to put how I feel on a piece of paper and making it easier for me to express myself.
Which creepypasta are you most proud of writing?
I haven't written many and published them, so I can't really say a whole lot, but I am so proud of having written Lupus. I love the story. I know it's not a very creepy story, but I definitely had enjoyed writing it, and I really love it. It's a great story to me.
Why did you start writing?
Um, I started writing because I had read a bunch of different books when I was a little kid, and I just was addicted to books, and eventually I was like, you know what? I want to try writing stories myself and making things that other people would enjoy, and just being able to make worlds and just take people to another place where they can just escape reality and imagine all this incredible stuff. That's why I started writing.
What is the earliest story you remember writing?
Oh my goodness. The earliest story I had ever written, I think I was 6 or 7, and it was the story of a dog that had, when it was a puppy, lost its home and got adopted by a bunch of wolves and eventually became the leader of that pack and all that stuff and just went on these crazy adventures, and it was a pretty interesting story. It was kind of a cute story.
Where do you see yourself going with your writing career?
um Hopefully I keep improving, and I'd like to definitely write some more things and um definitely get some more stories out there, and I'm probably not going to ever do it professionally, but I definitely want to see it in my life as a hobby for as long as I can.
That is it for writer questions. The next set of questions for you are to you as a artist.
Ooh.
When did you become interested in art?
Um, I became interested in art at a very young age. As long as I can really remember, I've always liked to draw, and then it just really started growing when I hit about 7 or 8 years old, and I really started drawing just about every day. I haven't improved a whole lot, but I enjoy it.
What kind of artwork do you produce?
Oh man, a lot of different types. I do all kinds. Horse artwork. I can do photography. I do creepypasta. I do Five Nights at Freddy's. I do. It just depends on what my mood is at the moment.
What kind of medium and equipment do you use for your artwork?
Um, Varies. I have a Lenovo ThinkPad 2 right now for my drawing tablet. I used to have an Adesso tablet that was hooked up to my computer, and that poor thing sadly died after 10 years of use. Um, Sometimes I use a pen and paper and just get to work, and sometimes I use a paintbrush.
Where do you get your inspiration?
Um, in similar ways to how I get my stories is usually just comes to me. I'll be listening to music, or I'll be taking care of my animals, or walking around, or looking at something, and I'll just suddenly get an idea and be like, oh, I should draw this. I can't forget this. I should draw this. This is cool.
Are there any artists that influence your work?
There's a lot of artists that influence my work. A friend of mine, again, Shapeless, Corrupt Purification, Halo Yokoshima, Ivy Dark Rose is another. Rebornica and Mystic Bacon Slice are another few people that I really just love their art, and they definitely inspire me to strive to do as well as I can in my art.
How has art changed you?
Um, when I was young, I really was bullied a lot for being different, and um, I always felt alone and really sad and just like I didn't fit in anywhere. And I started to draw just so that I didn't feel like I was alone, and I'd just make these worlds and these characters so I didn't feel like I was alone anymore. And eventually it just became kind of a way of just coping for me. And it really helped me get through some times that were just so hard for me. And it's really just helped me persevere through all the bad things in my life.
How has art changed your life?
It's given me a bit of a happier outlook on life, that not everything is as bad as it seems, and even though it's bad at the moment, it's going to get better. And um, it kind of just, like I said, it helped me cope. It helped me keep going. It gave me an outlet, an ability to just vent how I felt and how I wanted to change things and how I wanted to deal with something, but I couldn't deal with it like that. Which it was I it was always just a way to help, and it changed me because I didn't give up, even though there was a lot of times that I really, really, really wanted to give up.
Why did you get interested in drawing creepypasta art?
I always enjoyed it. I always thought it was very interesting. I always liked how the longer you look at it, the worse that creepy feeling that you have is going to get. And I kind of wanted to instill that on people, to be able to give them that creepy enjoyment that they have, that I feel when I look at that art.
Which creepypasta character or persona do you enjoy drawing the most?
Um, I really, really like drawing Lupus, and I like drawing my Sona Ice a lot. It's kind of a tie between those two because Ice's markings are always so intricate and interesting, while Lupus kind of can show off my darker side, and I can always draw the goriest things with her, which can be very enjoyable sometimes.
Which art projects are you currently working on?
I currently have a sort of Five Nights at Freddy's interactive comic that I'm doing right now, and I haven't put a lot of pages into it. I've just been so busy. But that's my most recent stuff right now, and a few other things that I cannot quite remember at the top of my head at the moment. But mostly that, and it's enjoyable, and I like doing it. It makes me giggle, so.
And we are on the last question, which is the one you've been dreading. What is a fun fact about yourself?
A fun fact about myself. I have a pet deer. That's the best thing I can think of. Her name is Dodo, and she is a very close friend of my horse. I found her when she was a fawn, and she just always hung out with my horse, so I just took her in and started taking care of her, and now she hangs out there all the time, and I can't make her go away. So I have a pet deer. Her name's Dodo.
That's pretty cool. Is there anything you would like to say before we wrap this up?
If any of you bros are anywhere in Colorado, contact me. I would love to chill with y'all.
If you have not checked out Ice's channel yet, make sure to check the description down below for a link to that, as well as a link to her Deviantart, if you'd like to go check out her other work. And I guess that is it for now. So thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. And we will talk to you later. So bye, everybody.